Okay, Shadow Medallion start.
That's good.
Good sign to see. Well, probably depends who you ask, but I think it's a good sign to see a medallion start. So I mean, pretty much in this mode, the three items that you're looking for the most are hammer, boomerang, and mirror shield, because those are completely unskippable if the dungeons they're required for are needed. Everything else is just like, you might be nice to have, but you don't really need it.
I always want bombs, just always.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I did have a seed with bomb choose gun mode though.
Those are always just weird. Yeah, so if you're unfamiliar with the settings, I guess, we have the basic stuff is shuffled. We got Dungeon Skulltulas, Shuffled Egg. I think that's it for the weird stuff, right?
I think so.
There's no like songs or anything. I
No.
I just reviewed the settings like 2 seconds before our race starts.
Yeah, so Runnerguy is spending a little extra time right now trying to fix his timer, which I guess it didn't start when he wanted it to.
Hey, there we go.
It's actually kind of funny because usually if one of the runners doesn't start their timer on time, we generally hide it on the capture here to avoid confusion, but it's over his game, so we can't hide it. Anyway, so Runnerguy's farming money. It looks like they're both going to be farming a bit of money to try and get sticks. I kind of thought Runnerguy was going to go to Deku. Maybe he is. Okay,
Yeah,
so
I know a lot of people do the whole Deku first thing. It's always opportunist for me. Like if I have to farm money, I'm not going.
Yeah, I don't like to force it. You don't know if it's required or not. I mean, it doesn't take too long. It's usually a good idea to do Deku, but I would prefer not to waste time.
Yeah.
But they both bought the Deku Shield, which you do need it to defeat that first scrub to get to where the slingshot area is.
Song of Time.
Nice. Vanilla. Alright, so they're using Infinite Sword Glitch to kill the Deku Babas to get more sticks without having to consume their sticks. Which actually Deku sticks normally don't damage them, so Power Crouch Stab is a pretty well-known glitch in this game. The game doesn't actually have a value for crouch stab damage, so it just uses the value of the last attack you did. And if you didn't do an attack at all in that area, it uses something called default damage, which I think is just a Kakiri Sword Slash. And so that is able to kill Deku Babas, but Deku Stick Swings cannot. So you're not actually supposed to be able to kill these things this way.
Yeah, that only goes for the standing ones, fortunately. The ones that drop nuts can be killed with anything.
Oh, really? Okay. I don't care about them, so I never tried.
Yeah, same.
So I think we have a hint for Gold Sculpture token on Desert Colossus.
I think it's the Crater.
Oh, was it the Crater? Okay, yeah.
One of the bean heart pieces.
Is that... I didn't know there was a hint for that one.
There's a hint for both of them. I think.
So that surprises me. The creator one isn't like that out of the way.
Well, because we're using glitchless logic, it would be Bolero, Bean.
I know, but you can look at it, I guess.
True.
Also, with this logic, hover boots are also valid to get to it.
True.
And there's huge Rupee and Deku, which would have been nice to have before.
But yeah, as far as the rules go, we're playing No I Am Wrong Warp setting, or rules. So the only things banned are I Am, which covers RBA and all the other crazy stuff, and wrong warping. We also added adult sticks, using sticks as adult just because it's console specific. But other than that, it's free game.
Yeah, it's pretty much just that for being console specific, and then the other glitches that just kind of defeat the purpose of Randomizer if you do them. I also don't always like to force a Deku check this early because of the one sculpture that's behind the bomb wall.
Mm-hmm. And so far, there's nothing in here, too. Like 2 tokens and some rubies.
Yeah, this is gross. I mean, it's uncommon that your opponent skips Deku entirely in this, so it doesn't feel too bad to do it. Oh, there's fire arrows.
Let's be the one time those are useful.
Yeah, Fire Source doesn't open too much, honestly, especially with glitches. And especially like fire arrows in particular, needing the bow and magic to use. Not really an exciting thing to find early game. Exodus using a couple sticks on these sculptures. One of them is vanilla. Didn't see the other one, but there's another sculpture token. I did notice he...
storage.
Oh, yeah. I did notice that Exodus, he went all the way across the compass room and opened the small chest, even though he could see that it was a small chest. And I kind of like that in here because I kind of like opening every chest in Deku if it helps you rule out map or compass in the sculpture behind the bomb of the wall.
Yeah, I flip-flop on whether I think that's a good play or not.
We do have a compass on one of those sculptures visible, so we know it's not that.
Yeah, hopefully we don't see the map.
Oh, Runnerguy was going for the swag backflip to reflect the nut backwards, and he missed it. So Exodus trying to get ISG for Goma. It makes this fight super easy. Runnerguy is doing a broken Deku stick setup. So if you jump slash the wall in a certain way, then I forget the specifics to it. You probably know more than I do.
Hey, I remember.
Okay, that's actually somewhat useful.
But yeah, you basically take an action that would cause the game to, or cause something to interrupt the game trying to put away the broken stick, which usually amounts to hitting the wall again or landing much later than you should.
Yeah, so that lets you just continue to swing the broken stick and not consume any more of them. It works like a full power Deku Stick, it's just not as long. So that's what people usually do in the accessible rule set, where you're not allowed to use glitches like Infinite Sword Glitch. You're allowed to do stuff like that, though. So, keeps you from consuming your sticks. But I'm just really bad at doing the combo fight with that.
Alright, Exodus is going to backwalk to the castle, because although we start at default time of day, which is a kind of a weird time of day, the Goma, or Blue Warp, sets it to noon. So he's going to have a lot less daytime than normal, whereas Runnerguy is going to opt to do the open grotto, it looks like.
Yeah. Do you think Runnerguy goes to Gerudo Valley after that?
I would. This is kind of my route, where you go all the way and then, depending on time of day, dive into the domain. But that's tricky because you don't have Navi right now, because he did Deku Tree.
Sacred Forest Meadow Way, the hero. It looks like Exodus is just rushing Adult. Maybe he's just rushing the hints. I'm not sure, but... Zora's Domain. Okay, Sacred Forest Meadow has 2 songs and 1 item check. So one of those is 100% logically required, unavoidable. But with, like, when you get a Way of the Hero hint for an area that has songs in it, especially 2 of them, it's just kind of like, usually it's like, oh, well, yeah, that was kind of obvious.
Right. I still like going for those, though, because 9 times out of 10, the Way of the Hero songs are useful for something. Like, even if it's just Nocturne.
I mean, I would just go for them based on them being songs. Songs are probably useful for something.
Right.
But the Way of the Hero, like, if Zelda's Lullaby is one of the songs there, then it's just like, okay, that gave me no information. But if it's something like Sun Song or Saria Song, and then Minuet or something like that, you might be able to make some inferences.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, so I think Exodus is probably rushing Adult, and by rushing Adult, I mean, like, doing the free market checks.
Oh, hello, Hammer.
Oh, hello. So, Hammer, 13 minutes in. One of the items that is probably really needed and completely non-negotiable. I mean, we don't know for sure, but we have a stone already from Deku, so the chances of Fire being a medallion went way up because of that.
Free bombs, 13 minutes in.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah, I'm curious if he'll try to equip swap it over the 6.
Equip swap is so cool in this rule set.
Yeah. And a bow. Wow.
Wow.
Here's your adult starter kit.
And I think this is why you go to Gerudo Valley at the start.
Yeah, it's Sphere 0. There's 2 checks and a hint, and you get other stuff. Like, it's kind of a risky play, but
it's so hard to route this in later.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't do it at the start of the game, you're like never coming back here ever.
Yeah. It's one of those, man, when am I gonna get that? And then you never do, and then it's bad, and then everybody cries.
So yeah, that's pretty huge.
Although I will say, because we have glitches at our disposal, you could mega flip to all of that stuff. So it's a little less punishing.
Yeah, I suppose that's true. It's not something I'd prefer to do, though.
Yeah, definitely not.
DC, Spirit, Fire, Shadow.
I tried to track that and I couldn't.
Vanilla, or Light
Already
Pocket,
know,
whatever. What? Okay. Did you write those down because?
No.
Okay,
Nope.
because
We don't need Jabu. I was just paying attention to the item.
Okay, because my brain started doing that thing with. Have you ever done that? Like, have you ever played Brain Age for the DS?
Yeah.
Okay, you know that test where you have to say the words as they come up, but they're names of colors and they're different colors than
Yes.
that's
It's impossible.
That's what I started doing there because I saw like Water Temple in the last one, and I was like, "Is that water or spirit?"
The thing that kills me about the pedestal is they're in the wrong order.
Are they?
Yeah, so if you pull up the A button menu, it goes Spirit Shadow. If you pause in the ring, if you go clockwise from the top, it's Spirit Shadow. But the pedestal is Shadow Spirit. It's so funny.
I think there's so many like in-game sources that conflict on whether Shadow or Spirit is first.
Yeah, I think the consensus has always been that Shadow is first because that's where Navi tells you to go. But again, the medallions go Spirit first.
I mean, with the order the medallions show up on the file select, light is last, so obviously you're supposed to get that one last.
Right.
So Exodus rushing adult with not really a whole lot of items is going up Zora's River. I find this pretty interesting.
I think he's just doing it to waste time of day.
Oh yeah, so he can get a
Anji.
Day Kakariko.
I always just go there at night and I'm like, well, I'm just not going to talk to Anji for a while. It's fine.
Yeah, that's what I end up with half the time.
Oh my god.
What was that?
Hover boots on big pose.
Oh, and you have to get 10 of them. You can dupe them, right?
And yeah, they have fire arrows specifically for this reason now. Just need a little bit of Din's fire and you're good.
So how do you go about doing that? I actually don't know. I would be kind of screwed here.
Yeah, so there's two ways to do it. You can do straight equip swap, which would right now put it over his fire arrows, but that will replace the fire arrows with a bottle. It's actually the only way to put a bottle on your fire arrows. And then, actually it might put it on the bow, I'm not sure. Fire arrows are weird. The other way would be, though, if he gets Din's fire, there's a trick with equip swap where the bow isn't coded properly, and you can equip a fake bow in such a way that you duplicate the bow only into your C buttons, so it doesn't actually affect your inventory.
Okay, interesting. Why Din's fire? That
because it's on the top left.
Oh, okay.
Top right, yeah.
Oh, is it because you have to like be able to select it in one menu as adult?
Right.
Okay.
Luckily, hover boots aren't required. It's just real nice. So I don't know who, if any, either runner will decide to actually do them.
Yeah, that's actually a really interesting decision. Okay, so we know that those eye drops are useless because Exodus found a hint that Big Oron just has 50 rupees. Excuse me.
I think I'm the only person that dupes this heart piece.
I never learned how, but
Okay.
I think if I knew how, I would support it. Like, I would do it if I bothered learning how to.
Oh,
Okay, he is doing it.
That's the setup. Oh, he's not doing it.
Oh, why did he do that movement then?
Just to jump on the fence.
Okay, well, so you can dupe the item that guy gives you. If you, like... It's some collection delay thing, I guess.
Yeah, it's ledge climb collection delay, I think. You have to, like, target him and then climb the ledge. It's weird.
Basically, you get the item when you're very far away from him, but the game doesn't set the flag that you've collected his item, so you can just go get it again.
Right.
And that could be very useful if he has a hook shot, because those are progressive, or strength upgrade, or a gold skull maybe.
I always hope for gold skulls, bomb bags. In our race, it was a heart container, and I thought about it because we had to do fire. I didn't want to find the tunic.
Which race? Was it the one where we died?
The last one.
Okay, so not the one where we died.
Yeah. I mean, I died in fire. I tried to do 5 heart fire and died on the elevator.
We also have Desert Colossus Way of the Hero.
Yes. Which is, again, most likely the song. And actually, with those hover boots, that might be your logical wasteland access if you find Minuet somewhere.
So big Poes are logically behind a bow, right?
And a bonus song. And a bottle.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
I'm really interested on whether they're going to be getting hover boots or not, because like hover boots they're basically the quality of life item in Glitch.
Yeah, personally, I think I would forgo them unless I got Den's Fire and was able to do the full dupe versus just the single. But even still, like, I don't know if it's worth it.
Yeah, it'd be an easier decision if it was actually hard required.
Right. Like, oh man, it's the boomerang. Guess I'm just gonna do pose now.
But yeah, so either we get to see that, or we get to see a lot of hover bootless tricks.
I like hover bootless tricks.
I like the idea of them, but I haven't done low percent stuff in such a long time. Although, like, Shadow, you can do technically glitchless.
Yeah, Shadow, I just do glitchless every time. Just because I'm so much used to it versus.
Okay, so Exodus doing the Dompe race checks and not skipping them.
It looks like Runner. Thanks.
Speaking of skipping hover boots.
Yeah. Looks like Runnerguy's making the same play for the river to pass time of day, so he might see the pose hint as well.
So how does the time of day work when you go to adult? Because I feel like does it just take whatever it was already?
Yeah, in Rando it doesn't change. It's a vanilla where it'll change to noon because you've gone to the Chamber of Sages, which only exists at noon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that makes
like
sense.
How
But it's
Castle
also
is twilight or whatever.
That makes sense, but it's also dumb because now I feel like my vanilla experiences are betraying me.
Yeah, I want to fix it, but it's hard. Did Exodus get stuck? That was interesting. I don't know why he saved work there.
I wasn't paying attention. Where was he?
In Dampe.
Oh, did he not get the second item?
I guess not.
Okay, yeah, I guess he missed the void out. That's not a good feeling. That wastes like probably a minute.
At least, yeah. A lot of movement back.
I think in some situations I would just skip the item if I did that.
Yeah, I would absolutely just not come back.
Oh, I know you would.
Had to come for other reasons.
But there's not like a whole lot on the table for him. I have a feeling that hammer is like really, really required for some early checks. Because you can just hit through a bunch of bomb walls with them. So that can be logically required to do that before you have any sort of explosives.
Yeah, that hammer is going to be really important. It opens up the entirety of Dodongo's Cavern, all of the trail, the Guan City, crater, like basically everything on the mountain, as well as all the stuff in Lost Woods. Like, that's a lot of checks to be missing out on your first pass through, which Exodus is going to be missing out on them, whereas Runnerguy's going to get them.
Yeah. From my experiences with randomizers, I find that if like an item is really early game and it doesn't have to be early game, then it's usually there for a reason.
Right.
So like strength upgrade. There are like 3 of them, and they open a bunch of stuff. But like seeing a strength upgrade early is like, well, it's not super like boating or anything. But
yeah,
the hammer
especially since
is
we have the trials locked, you're kind of just primed to almost always get 3 strength upgrades. So it kind of just comes off as a, yeah, I was going to get this eventually kind of item.
I'm not sure if that's a good thing for this mode or not, honestly.
Yeah, I like the trials. It just adds a little bit of uncertainty at the end.
I do like the trials. I just mean like specifically the way that it forces strength on you more often. Like you're more likely to get it for specifically the end rather than for other reasons in the seed.
True. Although with Spirit required, we're gonna get 2 anyway.
Oh, you know what's nice? The strength upgrade. It's gonna let Exodus do some of Dodongo's Cavern. He'll be able to do everything except for the... Or he'll be able to do everything Runnerguy can do except for the chest at the very end of the top bridge.
And the alcove skull.
Oh, wait. Which
And the
alcove
back skull.
Runnerguy can't do that.
He can look at it with the bow.
The back one? Wait.
No, the one in the alcove. From on top of the stairs and the other one.
Oh, okay, yeah. Neither of them can do the back one with the skull, as far as I know. Because I can't get into the back.
Eyes, yeah.
Although, if you do the trick where you roll into the wall and see up on the right frame, Exodus will be able to peek the chest at the end of the top bridge where the eyes are, so we'll be able to at least see if that chest is big or not. There is also the trick on... Oh, you can't do this as adult, can you? I'm thinking of the trick in Death Mountain Trail where you use strength to open the wall with the chest behind it.
Yeah, there's no flower, but you can clip through that wall.
Okay.
There's a pretty obscure ground clip.
Oh, I've actually seen that one, yeah, okay. I think the strength strat is in logic, though, in these settings. I think it's a selectable trick in the settings.
Yeah. Yeah, so the game very well does think that they can get that right now, given that they have child access whenever they want.
Okay, so Exodus is gonna try and jump slash this Skulltula to check it. Second net upgrade
Everybody's
is...
got a healthy amount of nuts now.
It's nice to have if you don't have anything else, I guess.
Great for Stalfos.
So I expect Runnerguy is just going to do basically the same route Exodus did. Just follow him into DC.
I would imagine so, yeah.
Oh, we've got a big chest where the bombs are.
Okay.
Okay, free seed. Except for hover boots, but yeah, free seed. Actually, wait, that's
everything.
That's oh my god.
Sub 2, come on, let's go.
Yeah, so
we need explosives.
yeah, so like the 3 non-negotiable items I was talking about that start: hammer, boomerang, mirror shield. We don't need to beat Jabu, so we don't need the boomerang. So we now know where 2 of those non-negotiables are. The only ones that we. And now it's just a matter of finding magic, and then yeah, there are 2 of them, but. We've got Runnerguy has the bow. Honestly, that mirror shield being there is really, really bad for Exodus, because that was like the biggest thing that could have dragged out the seed long enough for him to maybe go back to Child and for Runnerguy to get trolled somewhere.
Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna find 2 hook shots logically because of water. And then we still need magic and light arrows. Light arrows is such a troll because it can be literally anywhere.
Yeah.
And you're not going to get a hint for it either. So.
Yeah, you are.
Oh yeah, you can.
It's trials barrier required modes where where you don't get the hint, right?
Yeah.
Does he not say it at all?
You might as well clear out stuff and do minuet at least.
These are in
with the strength.
These are insane placements for those, though. Yeah, Runnerguy's just going to get his mirror shield really soon, and then it'll be down to explosives and magic, pretty much.
The other interesting thing would be is if... oh my god. If the water temple boss key is on the river chest, it's logically all dungeons. Which could mean that all of the Way of the Heroes are trolls for other stuff.
Oh my god. Yeah, so we have Sacred Forest Meadow, Desert Colossus, and Zora's Domain.
And it's interesting too that we've seen 2 Way of the Heroes, both of which are song locations, and one of those is going to be a Pona song. I can almost guarantee it, because Poes are required logically for Shadow Temple.
This seed is really funny. It could turn out very, very fast, but I'm kind of glad I'm not playing it at the same time.
Yeah, I'm trying to read this is almost impossible. Because at this point you're just like, okay, I have the items I would for. Now I just need the other things, and I don't know where they are, and all of the logic sucks, potentially, and... oh. And I need explosives.
Just don't search anything that's behind magic or explosives at all.
Yeah, true. I mean, I guess you could go for out-of-logic stuff.
Oh, that's an option, too. I was half joking, but...
oh, there's Dinspire.
Oh my god.
I mean, we're gonna find it eventually because of Shadow, but
I'm not necessarily.
I mean, behind the hammer. Quick Skulls is good.
I mean, if Din's is logically required, I generally hope that I don't find it.
True. Alright, little hiccup on Exodus' stream, but I think we're back now. And he is going back to Child, which is a good play. Go check that valley.
I think it's more or less run out of stuff to do reasonably. Like he didn't go to Minuet though, did he?
I don't think so. He might have died in the crater, maybe. I couldn't see, the stream froze.
Runnerguy's just having a much easier time of everything because of the hammer and bow that he has.
Yeah.
So he's able to take out Goron Link with the bow when Exodus had to do it with picking up the bonfire. And then he was able to go through DC faster. Although he didn't actually do that yet, did he?
He has not been to DC now. I think he's going to make the loop and then go down.
That's a weird route. Although that's not the route I would do, but I guess a lot of people do different things.
I think this is the route I would take because of the grotto. And this is more natural to me because it's in all of the routes that I've done RTA.
Oh, that actually kind of makes sense.
Yeah, you get Bolero and then go do other stuff. I can't see what that is on the thing. Is that a green rupee?
Sculptural token, I think.
Oh, maybe.
We had the hint.
Oh, that's right.
Which I'm not 100% sure was.
Yeah,
it's
kind of trying to confirm Crater versus Colossus.
Because I swear I said desert. I swear I saw desert pop up in that hint text.
I hate those hints because it's planting a bean in is the colored part, and then the part isn't. Like, that's annoying.
Okay, our tracker's confirming it was crater.
Yeah.
Also, desert and crater have the same number of letters. This is like a big thing behind speed reading or reading things quickly, like flashcard kind of stuff.
Right.
Reading hints faster is looking at the shapes of words and colors and things like that, and this kind of defies it. Same with the flare dancer hints. There are two different flare dancer hints, one for the bottom one for the top.
I never remember which one those are.
Okay, so Exodus made the play to come get his hammer.
Yeah. Wait to find all of your stuff.
I think this is going to be a feels bad in this position.
Maybe. It could spin in a good way, though, if he doesn't go back for stuff. Like, he doesn't need to inspire for anything, so if he never checks that, it's a little bit of time saved, and just that can just add up over time. And he didn't go to Minuet. Like, he didn't waste the time to do the things that would pass checks that he couldn't do, that Runnerguy could.
Yeah, that's the biggest reason I would have at this point against going to Minuet.
Hitting this angle without the hookshot is just the worst thing.
I practiced it a lot. I don't mind it, but I think I practiced it a lot because like 7-8 years ago, I didn't understand how the hookshot method worked. I kept talking to him, and so I just practiced this until it worked, and now I'm like the only one who can do it.
I'd be curious if Exodus goes to the domain.
So I don't think we're worried about Runnerguy not finding his mirror shield. It's in Dodongo's Cavern, which is a very fast dungeon to clear, and it's also a medallion dungeon, so it's required.
A bottle?
Looked like it.
Yeah. I was trying to see if it was Rufus' letter or not. Because as we know, Zelda's Lullaby is just in Ice Cavern.
It's always an Ice Cavern in these settings. Like, just need hover boots to get behind the waterfall. That's in logic in these settings, so just as soon as the opponent's song shows up, which is totally going to be the song that's here.
Oh yeah, almost 100%.
Yeah, as soon as the opponent's song shows up, Big Pose are in Logic, then Hover Boots are... Oh wait, we don't have a bottle yet, never mind. Wait, no. If Exodus saw a bottle in like Hylia to dive to, he's got Silver Scale. I didn't see where he picked that up though.
Yeah, me neither.
But with all the info we have, assuming Eponas is here, I think Hover Boots are now in Logic. Oh, it's Bolero. That's convenient.
Yeah, learn another song. Second SFM hint. We have 3 out of our 4 Way of the Heroes, and they're all doubled up. Also, I don't know why I just didn't get a bottle.
Maybe he just forgot about it. Like, sometimes I look at that thing and be like, mental note, grab that right after I do this, and then I don't grab it. That's actually not that common of an occurrence for me. Usually I just forget to look at it in the first place.
Right.
Okay, Sun Song. Adult Fishing and Sun's Grave dead. So, were those hints that we didn't catch? I'm guessing.
Yeah, it was Adult Fishing, like Gold Sculptura, Suns as a heart piece. And SFM second Way of the Hero.
So Sun Song, that Sun Song you just got, not too useful.
Yeah, basically useless. Unless we find out Skulltulas are for something, and then it's a little bit useful for night spells and whatnot.
Unless it's magic, I don't think it's gonna be worth it to get.
Yeah. There's not really any items. Like a bomb bag, I would go for a bomb bag.
So we do have Zora's Domain, Way of the Hero, so.
Right, I'm curious what all of this stuff is. Oh, Vanilla Boss Beam Fire, that's huge.
Yeah, the chest is literally huge. So, that item, that Way of the Hero item in Zora's Domain is either, I think, the Torches chest or King Zora's item.
Oh, come on, King Zora.
Also, I hate doing this Torch Slug Room and Fire without magic.
Oh yeah, I never remembered that the hammer flip. Like, there we go. Torch one light.
Oh, it's a big chest. This could be big.
Bottle.
Rudo's letter, come on.
Choose.
Oh, that's significant.
Yeah, that's interesting if that's the Way of the Hero item, because there's 5 of those. So
Yeah, well, with how much of like explosiveless territory they both already explored, I wouldn't be surprised.
true. Although with the hammer, it opens up a lot of stuff.
This is gonna be the worst go mode ever.
Yeah. Magic go mode.
Magic go mode, no hook shot, no hover boots.
What I'm curious about at this point is, do you gamble? Is this the seed where we finally see somebody hover to the castle to find out where the light is?
And to look for an out of logic magic or bomb bag.
Right. I think if it's ever going to happen, it's going to be this one. You have all of your dungeon going already. Like, water's going to suck, but it's doable.
This is insane. Yeah, no, I think that's absolutely the play.
Also, time to bust out the Chew Water BK skip.
Wow, these songs are terrible.
I wonder where the weird egg is. It's gotta be somewhere. Because at this point, I'm guessing weird egg into Saria's is Epona, which gives you access to Spirit, and Colossus is ZL. Or Vanilla, one of the two. This is probably DC Wave the hero.
I'm really surprised at how long Runnerguy's been avoiding DC for.
What was in D? Was that where the scale was?
DC has Mirror Shield.
Oh, right, I'm an idiot.
It might have had scale too. I don't really care about the scale.
Okay, that's where the scale was.
But yeah, so Exodus is in, like... He's in, like, Magic Go mode, and probably desperately searching for an easy bomb bag or hookshot or just anything that makes things easier.
Right.
But Runner Guy doesn't have the knowledge of Mirror Shield. Mirror Shield is like the biggest thing for him right now. And I keep saying like he's gonna find it. It's in his path, but he's just not going there. And the knowledge of it is the most important thing for him right now.
Yeah, if Exodus's shoes are the only explosives available. Oh hello.
Are you kidding me, dude?
Right now he's in Light Arrow's go mode. Otherwise blow mode.
This is breaking my brain.
There's somewhere.
He technically needs literally nothing else except for the light arrows. Which, I mean, actually, like, with how much of the game is unexplored, it's
nuts.
Pretty possible that he could go get that light arrow hint, and then it gives him a spot he can't go to.
True. Yeah, Exodus is super hoping for a hookshot right now, because that's the only thing that's like really the only quality of life item that you really, really want at this point, I think.
Like, how much worse does this feel knowing that hover boots are in such a bad spot?
I don't know. I think you resign yourself that you're just not going to do that. Because even with the equip swap, it's going to take like 3 minutes. And you still don't have a Epona song, so it's not guaranteed. And although there's a bottle, it's in the lake, it's really far away. Like, I think you just write that off and just do the tricks.
The thing I'm concerned about here is the amount of bomb chews that these tricks are going to require.
Yeah, that's really the big worry, because they're going to have to get across the bridge, assuming they don't find Requiem. They're going to have to get into the wasteland somehow, which that'll be fun.
Doing an ISG mega flip across with the chew isn't that bad, assuming you remember how to do it, which I don't. But there's like, it's not that bad, I don't think, theoretically.
I said it's got to wait for day.
Like 47-minute technical go mode, but like really undesirable go mode.
Yeah, this is the low percent go mode.
So the things Runnerguy is missing: Mirror Shield and Bomb's Chest, which he's gonna find soon. Bomb Shoes in Zora's Domain Torches, which we think is the Way of the Hero item in that area.
Is that a bomb bag?
I can't see anything.
I think that's a bomb bag.
Oh god.
That's a bomb bag.
That's
a really unfortunate bomb bag.
That's really easy to get, actually.
Yeah, I just gotta hold the armos for 1,000 years.
I think it's worth it. I would do it.
Super worth it.
This is like the only time I would do it. Alright, I think he's gonna do it. So yeah, you're gonna see him push this Armo statue all the way across the room and then use it to climb up to where that gold sculpture is.
As much as I don't want to wish ill will on him, please fake. That'd just be heartbreaking though.
So he might not even need the bomb shoes from Zora's Domain in that case. But the sucky thing, oh man, the really sucky thing for Runnerguy is that magic is a child-only location.
Yeah.
On Ocarina game.
I'm sure they'll find another one.
I'm not. I've had bad experiences with finding magic.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, I don't know. Like, I really wouldn't count on it. Like, there's so many areas of the game that you don't have to go in this. He has, like, no reason to go back child, unless he really wants to look for extra things. Like, if he gets his bomb bag, he's in much, much better position to just do his dungeons than Exodus is with his, like, 15 bomb shoes that he has left. That he has to pay for 60 for 5, I think.
Yeah.
That's so bad with Child Wallet.
Alright, is it real?
That's a wallet.
Oh man.
Oh, he totally thought it was a bomb bag too. Like, I don't think you'd do that for a wallet.
You could argue for it if you had a way to the carpet guy, but considering they don't have one, yeah, you don't do that for a wallet.
Okay, well, if it pushes him back child, I would almost argue that helps him, maybe.
True.
This is why Randomizer is so stupid.
Yeah, we're equal in equipment at this point. So I guess Exodus's next play is to go finish DC, and then probably do Fire Temple. Watch there be an item in Deep Fire too, because the boss key is so early.
Like what, a hook shot?
Yeah, hook shot or light arrows or something.
I mean, light arrows is honestly whatever. Like, I mean, if it's in a spot like that, I feel it's whatever, because the hint will just push you back there.
Yeah, true. Exodus also has to get all of this song. Yeah, I've just seen a little bit of catch up. Like, I've done this already. Just following in your footsteps.
It's a lot of checks too that he's doing. Which, like, you can't blame him, but it's like... I'd feel like every check I did in this situation, I would feel like I was losing time.
With how early everything was, yeah, I would too. You almost have to have that sense of, my opponent has already done all of this. This is a bad spot to be in.
Or maybe my opponent didn't even need to do this.
Oh wow, there's the other strength.
Huh. Interesting.
DC mirror, a scale, and strength. I think Runnerguy might be trying to farm rupees.
Yeah, looks like it.
Good play. I like having the Goron team.
Or maybe he is planning for carpet shoes.
Or that, yeah.
Like, I wouldn't be the most worried about Goron Tunic with 6 hearts. Oh, he doesn't have a bottle, so... Maybe I would be worried about it.
I don't see him. His dense fire for a cutscene item, so at least there's that.
He can't use it though.
Well, in midair to stop the timer.
Does it still do that if you don't have magic?
Yeah.
What? Why?
I don't know. We also have an Ocarina, so it's not like so bad.
Oh yeah, true. I've had fun Volvage fights with 3 hearts where I just cast Inspire while he's in the air to stall the timer.
Right.
I think there was a puzzle about that a few years ago, or that was one of the solutions. I don't think it was the only one.
Yeah, it looks like Runner's guy is going to go straight for fire, which means he's probably not going to touch deep fire, because he can't right now anyway, because there's a key probably behind the chew, behind the bomb wall. Which you can't break with hammer because the game.
I forgot about that.
A little item.
I think Exodus's stream went down.
There's the weird egg.
Oh man.
Yeah, Exodus is having some issues on his side, I think.
He's had stream issues before. Okay, he's back. Cool.
wonder if you care about the weird egg.
Oh, never mind. His stream. I think his stream's looping. I think it's still offline.
Yeah, he disconnected from the IRC too, so I think his internet just went out.
Oh, I just pulled his stream back up on his end. He's live on his end.
Okay.
He's fighting King Dodongo right now. So I wonder if there's a way to fix that on Speed Gaming's end.
Probably just refresh after a little bit. Just needs to catch up. It'll be interesting to see if Runner Guy tries to go back as quickly as possible now that he has both the weird egg and the scale. Because having those, that can't hammer that wall. Because having those two songs, or the three songs that the weird egg will give him, is potentially a lot of advantage in just movement. Hey, go back. And we're refreshing.
Oh, so I actually just asked or volunteered to refresh it, and I think she did that right after it came back on its own.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's all right. Alright, Runner Guy has no explosives. We get to see the casual but not casual Velagio fight with the bow. 3, 4. Good cycle.
I did this fight last race. It was a blast from the past.
I hate doing this way.
It's fun when you don't have to do it to live.
Is he? Oh, he's going back to check the off code. Okay.
But yeah, to get a 3 cycle in this fight, you have to get 3 arrows in during the 2 flying phases. That's without having explosives to be able to do the standard strat nowadays, where you just bomb Volvagia's flying hitbox. Pretty much free 1 cycle if you do that. But RG doesn't have explosives.
Looks like Exodus correctly identified that as being a that is failing.
Ooh, I guess the tracker got reset on Exodus's side. Sorry about that.
Shoutouts to Bleeding Blue for keeping up.
So I think he has most of the same things, but not Goron Tunic and not Weird Egg.
Yeah, he has the Zora Tunic instead, and then everything else is the same, except for the songs. He hasn't gotten the songs yet. Alright, DC is clear.
So I was distracted, but did Runner Guy check the tile room in fire behind the Song of Time block?
Yeah, he did the Skulltula, which was a Skulltula the free check, which was the Weird Egg, and Bovagia, which I did not see. I think it was probably a key.
Okay, yeah, probably. I was particularly interested in what was behind that Song of Time block because that's behind all dungeons.
Oh, true. I never remembered that just because the jump is so easy. Kind of like the deep fire past the shortcut needs strength logically, even though you could just jump around the block.
Yeah. If there's a key and spirit behind that Song of Time block, then that's also logical all dungeons.
Oh, yeah. Alright, so Runner Guy beat Fire Temple. Now he went back to Child to presumably get rid of his chicken, although he's gonna have to wait an entire day-night cycle, which is unfortunate. Oh wait, he has Sun Song, never mind. He has the Song of Impatience.
I forgot about Sun Song because we talked about how useless it was.
Yeah.
Okay, so to recap for people. Where do I even start?
We have all of the items that are absolutely necessary given the rule set. Sacred Forest Meadow, Zora's Domain, Colossus, DC were our Way of the Heroes. Song of Time is on the Ocarina of Time. Pose hold the hover boots, which is the most interesting item that's ever been there in any of these raids. And yeah, kind of just searching for stuff at this point, doing dungeons.
Yeah, so Mirror Shield was in DC Bomb Chest, that was pretty free. Although Runnerguy took a long time to get to it. Hammer was in Gerudo Valley.
Along with the bow.
Along with the bow, and Runnerguy went for them early and Exodus didn't, so we kind of thought that was going to be like a big tipping point for a while, but Exodus went back for it within half an hour.
Yeah, the real big tipping point right now is the fact that main to this pose, and Runnerguy does not. He is flat. He is Sans Explosives, though.
Exodus is going to be Sans Explosives if he keeps this up.
Yeah. It's also going to be Sans Hearts. Okay, he's going back.
And we also thought that we saw a bomb bag in the Dogwa's Cavern on the Scarecrow Skulltula, and Runnerguy pushed the armos to it, and it turned out to be a wallet. So that was pretty great. And all the songs so far have sucked.
Yeah, Bolero and Minuet, Bolero. But we have the Weird Egg now, so we're gonna get a whole bunch of songs. One of which is probably Requiem at this point. I'm thinking. Hey, Calder.
There it is. Good call.
Yeah, the hookshot not showing up and spirit being required, it's too fishy.
Yeah, so I think it's pretty likely that Zelda's Lullaby is at Colossus, and I think that's that way of the hero.
Or Nocturne, because as we know, Zelda's Lullaby is always a nice cavern.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Keep
but that means the bonus song is to show up.
Yeah.
So that we unlock the hover boots on Big Pose and Logic.
Come on, vanilla opponent song.
So we're pretty sure that there's a bottle in like Hylia that Exodus looked at and then didn't pick up.
Yeah. I don't know if it was an empty bottle or Rudo's letter, but it looked like a bottle. So it's either like a potion or something. It's not a po.
It looked like it had something in it, but I don't think it was the letter.
Yeah, I mean.
Oh, and he actually has magic for this turn. So magic, I think you covered that. But magic, the magic that Exodus has is on Ocarina game.
Yep, in the Lost Woods. So the magic we know about is Child only. The Chews we know about are child.
And Runnerguy's child again, so that's good for him.
Right.
Which, Weird Egg, honestly, was probably the biggest thing that pushed him to that.
Yeah,
the
between the Weird Egg and Scale, it was just like, domain way of the hero.
I think the second biggest thing that would have pushed him back to child, besides if he didn't find that, would be running out of things to do.
Right. Which he kind of did. Like, he didn't have explosives for DC, he can't get the Spirit, he can't get the Shadow, really. He could get into Water Temple, just not do anything.
I almost felt like he was going to go into Water Temple when he was at, like, oh yeah.
I did not see what that song was. Song of Storms? Storms is interesting. Do you go to bottom of the well?
I think in Runnerguy's position, it's not that bad if you're missing bombs and magic.
True.
I don't know though.
C up. Come on. C up. Just press C up. There you go. Yeah, I've always been a fan of this route. You do CL, chain it into Lon Lon, safe work, do all the Lost Woods stuff, and then play Requiem.
Yeah, that's a good route.
And with the Scale, he might actually do Domain first.
I would do Domain first. He knows Domain's way to the hero, so he's gonna get those Chews.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, almost certainly.
Which is really good because going to Child without any means to hit the crystal is just a really bad idea.
I mean, he could hover to it.
Ugh. Off of the bubble.
Lizalfos hover 2009 strats for low percent.
Get out of here with your old low percent strat. Wonder if you could mega flip off a Lizalfos.
Yes, you can.
Nice. I need to learn how to do that.
I ended up doing the damage boost off the green bubble.
Oh, that's such a terrible trick.
That was actually legit one of the first tricks I ever learned in this game.
My first was West Escape, so yeah, just as bad, pretty much. Alright, Runnerguy's about to find his magic, and Exodus about to do Volvagia. I'm curious if Exodus will go back to Child. He's kind of in the same boat, with he's kind of run out of stuff to do. Because having those explosives doesn't really do anything for him at the moment. Like, I mean, he can get to Colossus, but
You could just do his required dungeons. Don't see the problem with that.
Yeah.
Okay, Runnerguy getting his magic. He's gonna get his shoes soon. He's just gonna be in the same boat, pretty much. Although he's a bit farther ahead now, so I'll probably go Child Spirit after.
I just noticed Exodus has exactly 7 shoes, no tunic, and 4 hearts. Or 5 hearts. This is gonna be pretty kind of close here.
Where was the Goron tunic?
Runnerguy just bought one.
Oh.
Yeah, with the logical.
the wallet in DC.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Not 9.
Uh-oh.
Blue.
Oh!
It's so hard to do the bomb strat. Choose because you're so used to rushing it that the second phase goes too fast and then he flies. So bad. Yeah, just gonna bail for now. Looks like.
This is the worst go mode ever. Like, actually.
Yeah, I respect that play. Come back later. I'm gonna go child. It's fine. I'm gonna have Bolero, so it's an easy. Or I'll have Bolero at some point, so it's an easy trip back.
Yeah, it's just one item, which is probably a key.
Our guy didn't do domain. That's interesting. Oh, he can't get into the domain.
Yeah, he can.
Well, not from the Lost
Oh,
World.
not from
He can
there,
do it from
right.
here, yeah.
Well, I mean, he can. You always can, so.
Oh, the Cucko.
Yeah. Is that in logic? I feel like that's in logic.
It's not.
Why
Oh,
not?
it is. Yeah, actually it is for us.
It should be in logic if the hover boot one is in logic.
Right.
But I mean, anyways, yeah, that's it. Like him having Serenade, this is a good use of Serenade.
Yeah. And we'll get to see if the bottle is real or not.
We get to see Bomb Tree Bowling as well. That might have a letter in it, actually.
Is this even randomized?
Oh my god.
Hey, a bomb bag.
Hey, bomb bag. I hope it's fake. I'm sorry. I hope it's fake.
I hate the middle one. No, chicken. Okay. Well, there's our logical ZL access. Because of course it's in Ice Cavern, as it always is.
Oh, we still haven't found Ebonos.
I'm betting it's on Saria's song.
Okay, so it was real. That's super good for him.
Yeah. I like having bombs.
That makes everything like 5,000 times more comfortable. Like, if you could just, like, bomb shoes wouldn't even be that bad if you could just, like, actually get any reasonably.
Exodus. You need to show the egg. Exodus.
Did he just
Not how the game works.
Did he just damage boost over the moon? Or did he
No.
not even go there?
You didn't even go.
Oh. Well, I'd say not going at all is more understandable of a mistake.
I mean, I'm very confused what they're doing.
You can see Ingo right there, like that's not normal.
Well, that's time of day stuff, I think.
I don't think so. I don't know. I don't think so. I've never seen him there.
Who just checked the heart piece?
He probably realized he made a mistake and is just going with it.
Maybe?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm very confused. And the worst part is he doesn't have Serenade. That's kind of just, I think, at least.
I can't believe this guy 2-0'd me.
I guess he's gonna check Foron City. Yeah. The only check in the game that actually requires on these settings.
Requires what? I didn't catch that.
A bomb bag.
Oh, that's right. So I guess this is like capitalizing on an advantage.
Right.
I think here I would be trying my absolute hardest to get ZL wherever it is.
Yeah, you're gonna basically get for shadow. Stupid chest. Is it shoes? I can't say this. Like something dark and flat, so like a shield actually. Oh, okay.
I had a feeling it would be here. Well, no, I didn't. I felt like it was whatever.
Yeah, it could have been in a couple places. This is the most convenient. Alright, time for Child Spirit.
Yeah, so I like... I like Exodus's bomb bag, but I also like Runnerguy's position and what he's doing.
Yeah, Runnerguy definitely has the advantage now. Doing the child songs was absolutely the right play. I say that as he uses shield.
Didn't he equip Hylian, or am I, like...
I think he got hit, like the frame he equipped it. Is he actually gonna leave? That's interesting. Nope,
I don't know why you would leave in response to that.
Oh, we're swapping the hammer. We might be swapping the hammer at some point during the next 20 minutes. Oh, that's Inspire. Darn you, 30 FPS frame perfect trick.
Yeah, so he's gonna be able to use Hammer's Child, put Hammer's Child on a C button.
Oh, he went over
There we go.
6, so we're gonna have to do it again later.
So also Rando, I think Rando, if it like doesn't, if you're either going adult for the first time or if it like doesn't detect proper viable items on your C buttons for that age, I think it equips them for you. Oh, actually, either that or the game would just put, if he went forward in time and went back again, I think the game would put sticks over his hammer, because he used sticks to equip swap over it.
I don't think that's a thing.
It happened to me last game. I equip swapped hammer with Zelda's letter, and when I went back to Child the next time, I had letter on my C button.
Oh. Yeah, I think that's vanilla, because you're actually equipping the slot and then it updates.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that might have been just that vanilla thing, but I think Rando also does... It equips things to your C buttons when you... It does it as adult, at least I know that for sure. Like, it doesn't do the normal, Deckernuts bombs Ocarina thing.
Right.
I think it equips like actually the first 3 items it sees or something. It's really weird.
It does like useful items, quote unquote, but yeah, I think it's just like the first 3 it finds, pretty much. Which I don't really know why they made that change. Like, just let us RVA bombs, man.
Why is he doing Cocos?
Why not? Other than the fact that it wastes a ton of time and you have better things to do.
Like, it's... Like, you want a hookshot and stuff like that, but you don't really need it. So I would do fast things and hope that it's in fast locations.
Right.
And this is a really slow one.
Yeah, I mean, they have magic, so even Morpha isn't that bad.
It's really not. Like, charge spin attacks.
Mm-hmm.
Although, I saw one of your races with Runnerguy where that came up. The race where that came up, and you saved a lot of time on him from doing the charge spin attacks, and he was trying to, I think he was trying to get jump slashes in.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Shoutouts to Beta Quest 3 dungeon races. Master Morpha as child.
So I mean, him doing that I think is just a... I don't have to do more for this child very often, so...
Right.
He didn't think of what ended up being like a really super good way to do it. So with that being the case, I guess I wouldn't expect everyone to see more for this child on the tail and be like, oh, that's not that bad.
He didn't check the skill flow. Seriously, there's an item there. Come on. Nice comeback.
Oh, nice bomb bag locations.
What are these convenient bomb bags?
Okay, so now he's in a fairly comfortable position, I would say.
I'm trying to think if Hammer was in the valley and E on the Skulltula, and that was the open item to get. No, you'd still need Chews. That's still a Chew locked bomb bag. I was trying to figure out if the Chews in the domain are the way of the hero item.
I still think they are.
I'm pretty sure they are at this point as well. It's just always those items that have to get really...
I feel like you just have to like plow your way through the rest of the game though, because I think the alternative is what they're doing now, which is basically they're trying to check stuff that's like somewhat close to them, I guess, or they're really hoping for a hookshot or whatever, and it's just like the stuff that you have available that's in logic right now is all like spread all over, and it's in places that you're gonna have to double dip.
Yeah, well, I mean, as far as Exodus is concerned, Shadow is uncompletable because there's really no way to do it without hovers or a hookshot that is feasible. I mean, there's the hookshot-less boat skip, or the hover bootless boat skip, but that still relies on check.
Right, but that's why he should be looking for ZL, I think.
Yeah. Just gotta rush the songs and then just, plow your way through. Just go. But yeah, Spirit's gonna suck. Water's gonna suck, but just do it.
I just think there's no clear direction at this point other than that. Like, the game wants you to do a certain thing, but there's, like, no real way to tell what it is at this point.
I'm pretty sure this is a which gives you complete access to hover boots and, by extension, along with CL Ice Cavern, which is probably not. So as far as the game's concerned, you can Shadow now. So we actually might see a logical hook shot in Shadow, which is super rare. Or at least for the first one, stupid long shot's always in Shadow. Or this is Nocturne, same difference.
Alright, that's a good it's a good deduction though. Yeah, so Din's Fire is available.
Right.
Yeah, so if you're able to like think that through in your head while you're playing, I think that Shadow is like in Runnerguy's position a really good thing to just do right now.
Yeah, it's the easiest dungeon out of the ones they have left. I guess water maybe, but
water's not. Water's okay. If you have a bomb, if you have bombs and cheese, it's like really not that bad.
yeah, I just don't like hovering to Morpha for whatever reason. That hover is always weird because you're like over the slanted floor. Looks like Exodus might be going for 20 chews. Maybe he's hoping that's the hook shot. Or 20 Skulltulas. And Runnerguy's gonna find another bomb bag.
Well, we got a hint for adult fishing.
Yeah, it's nothing. Gold's
Yeah.
Maybe he might be doing it for the token, actually.
I think that. I don't think I would do it, even if I was looking for a token, honestly.
I'd do it if it was like 50.
Yeah.
But yeah, otherwise.
Like, I think what I would do is, if I know where some tokens are, I might actually avoid them, even if I'm looking for them, just because if you go to places where you know they're not, then you don't know what you could find. You could find anything.
That's an interesting way to look at it, yeah.
That's the exact reason why I don't force Deku first.
Right.
Because time that you're spending farming money, which is like something that you know exactly what you're getting out of farming money is just money.
Right.
But if you're doing checks instead, you could find money, or you could find
a Deku shield.
Item. Or and you will find knowledge for sure.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So.
So maybe Exodus didn't see the hint, or just doesn't remember it. Because there's no way any sane does twice for a token.
Yeah, I don't think he. I think he probably didn't see it. Because I remember Bleeding Blue posting about those two hints in chat. Oh, it was an SFM? No, he's probably seen it then.
He hasn't been to SFM yet.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, you're right. Because he has like no songs, because he's not doing songs for whatever reason.
Yeah.
This is really bothering me that he's not doing songs.
Same. It's like, come on, dude, there's 12 checks in the game that are basically unshot. You have to do them.
Yeah, that was Vanilla Bomb Bag at Bomb Shoe Bowling.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I didn't even notice.
That was that was the one that Exodus found first. You guys have actual real bombs. Like, please give me some useful things.
Go Jolt, Serenade to water, flip into water, hover to Morpho, just kill her. Go to Shadow with your Nocturne, flip into Shadow. He's got all the dungeons. Just do the dungeons.
I mean, Runnerguy spent like what, 20 minutes on Hookshotless Morph and still won, so
yeah.
I'm just like finding everything to rub in your face in this commentary.
I appreciate that.
Well, he's not using a warp song, so what is he doing? Runnerguy? Is he checking?
Stealing Epona, maybe? Does he want hover boots that badly? Okay, he might want hover boots that badly. I was just getting a Poe. Why?
So, spawning big pose without Epona, does that work because you're going at a speed where the game thinks that you're on Epona?
No, I think it's just a hard-coded 25% chance.
Are you really? Because I feel like they're always big pose when you're on Epona. I might be wrong.
Yeah, on Epona it's guaranteed, but on foot I think it's just hard-coded 25%.
But why does it? Why? I don't understand.
I guess to make sure you know they exist. I don't know.
I guess so. Yeah, okay, I can see that. Like, maybe you're killing pose and you're like, oh, that one is acting weird and I can't catch it, and you realize, oh, that's the big Poe that guy's talking about, and now I need to think of a way to catch it. Okay, I'll use Epona.
Right. Hey, there's a big Poe.
So he's trying to get a big Poe to show up.
Make sure you have a bottle. Make sure it's empty. Okay.
And we know from a hint that hover boots are the reward for 10 big Poes, and it is 10 in these settings.
I hope he remembers it's 10. I don't think he does.
Oh, yeah,
because Runnerguy plays a lot of accessible one.
And this has not really come up in this tournament yet.
It's always garbage.
Thankfully.
No, Runnerguy, no. Runnerguy, no. Okay.
He's being really slow, but okay, he's okay.
We're checking to make sure it's 10. Nice collection delay.
Yeah, the hover boots.
Got nothing, and we're gonna.
So he's kind of committing to getting hover boots, I think.
Maybe. He ran Hundo for a while, but I don't know if it was enough that he knows the equipped dupe to save his Dense Fire. Not that that's a huge deal, given that he has both fire sources.
Did he run Hundo during a time when that was the route?
I don't think so.
Is my question.
Yeah, I don't think so.
My memories of Runnerguy running Hundo are using the odd mushroom timer to skip forest cutscene.
Oh yeah, that's super old. My memories are of him doing it blindfolded. It looks like he was contemplating duping over Dense Fire. Yeah, it looks like that's what's gonna happen. Time lost to menuing. Meanwhile, Exodus continues to avoid song.
So with equip swap allowed in this tournament, the biggest thing I'm sad I haven't seen yet or gotten to do yet is boomerang on Phantom Ganon.
Yeah, I wish it worked on phase because it's kind of useless otherwise.
It's so cool though. Okay, Exodus doing the ledge cancel to unload King Zora, I guess.
I love that trick.
I forget how this works.
The game thinks you're climbing a ledge, and while you're climbing a ledge, you can't be... Like, the collision with actors just doesn't work.
Oh, that's right, okay.
I don't know why that's the case.
It's probably some, like, memory or routine saving kind of thing.
Maybe.
Like, a lot of things in old retro games, the way they're coded is just, it just seems really hacky and weird and unnecessary, but with the constraints, I bet a lot of it is just actually them having to come up with really smart ways to save like processing power or whatnot.
Especially given that this was a super early 3D game, so I'm sure a lot of the render wasn't super optimized, meaning they're losing clock cycles for other stuff. Alright. I think Runnerguy's on 2 toes. I've not been counting.
Okay, so Exodus just got a hookshot in Jabu, and that's great for him, but the last, like, 2 minutes have just been like, why is he in Jabu? So Runnerguy is trying to do a trick called Equip Swap, which it's a frame perfect trick that equips an item to your C buttons, but it equips it using the slot of a different item. So he just equipped the big bow to his C button, but the game thinks that it's from his Dinspire slot. So what happens is, when he turns in the big bow, it's going to write a bottle to the Dinspire slot instead of where the big bow is. So he's effectively duplicating it. And this is Equip Swap is a trick that's kind of more often used to equip items as the wrong age. But yeah, so he's doing this to get hover boots.
I see Exodus finally remembered that songs are a thing that exists.
After getting a hook shot. So.
Oh, was it in the Skulltula in Jabu?
Yes.
Nice. That's massive, then. I think he'll be able to do the entire game without even thinking about it. He'll probably want ZL, but he'll get that from Requiem for free anyway.
You know what's crazy is that, actually, do you think he saw that the bottle had Ruto's letter in it?
Maybe.
So
Even
maybe he
still,
knows
that's
that.
a huge leap to go to Jabu instead of just assume that it's the song, given the propensity for Ice Cavern to have stuff
Like Zelda's Lullaby.
every time. How many pose are we on? 5?
I think so.
This is a trick. As much as I love this trick, I hate this trick.
So we've had all the essentials for like an hour now. Oh, I guess not counting Zelda's Lullaby.
Yeah, but Zelda's Lullaby is also really good, given that it was Fire Temple. Yeah, this is absolutely a sub 2 if you just rush everything, and assuming you can do the tricks. Alright, X is probably gonna go grab the song and a game, and then hopefully remember to SF when Kira was a thing. I completely ignore it because it's useless now.
I think the hookshot is going to save Exodus a lot more time than the hover boots will save Runnerguy.
Yeah, for sure. Unless Runnerguy Big Brain plays does Jabu as adult with
No
his
way. There's no way.
That would be fantastic.
I can't even believe Exodus went there. Like, I don't
Yeah, that
understand.
makes no sense. Looks like Runnerguy's gonna go Shadow Temple. Nope, not Shadow Temple.
The only way it makes sense to me is like
Oh,
a
DC.
desperation play because you think that you did everything really wrong.
Right, yeah. I mean, that's the only thing I can think too. I wonder if the light arrows are in.
I have no real thoughts on where they might be. Honestly. They could be pretty much anywhere at this point, and I'd just be like, okay.
That's true. In the Ganon's Tower boss key chest. Just on the way.
I mean, Job is
Alright.
probably the worst place for them.
True, yeah. Just
Or-
on Baronade. Thanks.
Or Middle of Shadow.
Oh, that's true. They're probably not going to do. Hopefully they remember to soft lock themselves into out of shadow. What the hell's happened that did that?
He's not in this tourney. It was Glitchymon against Exodus in the top 8. So actually, like, Glitchymon would have moved on from that match.
That was funny.
So the key lock that we're talking about, I mean, this is glitchless logic, so it assumes that you can't cage clip to the very end of Shadow, but what you could do is take your key that you're supposed to use on the very first lock door in Shadow, and cage clip and just use that on the door to Bongo instead. And if the key distribution doesn't give you another key at the end of the dungeon, then you're just completely locked out of the middle, you can't do anything. So if something you need is in there, then you're actually really screwed. We had an early match in this tournament where Runnerguy, I think it was Runnerguy and JFM, can't remember for sure, but I think they were looking for a mirror shield, and Runnerguy was at the point where we were, all of us were at the point where there seemed to be a decent chance he was in the middle of Shadow Temple and Runnerguy was gonna key lock himself out of it.
Oh, yeah.
Well, luckily for him, that didn't happen at that point, but in Glitchymon versus Exodus, Glitchymon was, like, in Go mode, basically, got the light arrow hint, and found out then it was in Shadow. And that was the only thing that could have possibly ruined him at that point.
Wow, shit.
That was his last bomb shoe. That's cool.
Yeah, he saved before doing it.
Does the game crash if you try to use Hookshot as child?
It soft locks to where you can't do any analog inputs. I think you can still pause. I never remember. But like if you're walking forward and you pull a hookshot, going. So if you actually touch a load, it's fine, but super not recommend. Alright, that won't work. Unless he falls in the void.
Oh, that technically saved time. Maybe.
The cutscene skip is banned in glitches.
That was really close to just screwing him, though.
Yeah. I wonder if he goes farther. I wonder if he just grabs the key and fails. I think he's just gonna grab the key and bail. He just sacked his shield for no reason. just face bonks the keys. Like, this is fine.
I'm just mostly laughing at this because of because Runnerguy just lost his shield and spirit, like,
oh yeah,
pretty similarly.
Okay, you did find Sandy. That's good. Oh. Alright, this race I think is officially crazy now.
I think this seed is just very good at making players who would normally do things efficiently do things very inefficiently for not really a good reason, but like...
So, Runnerguy's ahead, undoubtedly, but the hookshot is going to save Exodus so much grief. Because RG's going to have to hover into Twin Rova, or do the case skip, and then, like, Morpha's going to suck. Shadow in just general is probably going to suck.
He can do the BK skip. He's got hover boots.
Yeah.
He can do the out of bounds one. Although that's
statue climb, to be honest.
Yeah.
He knows it. Yeah.
Well, you need hookshot for that, don't you?
All right. I take it for granted because it's like every category. First thing, go adult, get the hookshot. It's just a given.
So, like, to me, the quote-unquote obvious solution here for Spirit BK Escape is to just do the one that, like, you do in GSR with the super slide, the hover slide out of bounds. But that's also hard, in my opinion, and...
Yeah, it's hard.
I'm not sure if he knows it, because, like, he doesn't really... Runnerguy doesn't really run categories, so I'm not sure if it's a thing that he's done a lot in bingos or whatever.
Well, even if he doesn't know it, he can still hover into the face, which, again, sucks, but you can do it.
It sucks because of the slopes.
Yeah, I don't like doing it.
I mean, if you hover over a slope, if you're hovering over a slippery slope, you, like, can't do analog inputs.
Pretty sure.
Oh, what does this skull shot have?
I don't know.
I want to know.
I think you can, like, maybe barely see up into the corner of it.
Wait, did he kill it and he can't get it because he doesn't have hookshot? Do you need hookshot for this?
Yeah, you do.
What?
Okay. I think he's trying to get the camera into the block.
I didn't realize this was going to be a problem.
The Exodus didn't even touch it. Right on by.
Does the C up roll thing not work here?
No, because you're behind. Oh, it's a red ruby. Yeah, because you're behind another wall. Like there's two walls there.
Oh, okay.
And he's stuck in this room, so he can't do it from the front. But yeah, he finally got it to clip into the block. Red ruby.
Did Exodus? No, Exodus noped out of fire because he died.
Yeah, he died to Volvagia, so he still has to kill Volvagia.
That's not very much time, though.
No, it'll take, what, 40 seconds, almost exactly?
I think he's just going to be ahead at this point.
Yeah, it looks like he's just rushing which is a good play, in my opinion.
Yeah, and he's doing statue climb, gonna hookshot clip into the face, and he'll be just fine.
This so goofy. Pause buffering on emulator is a thing. Oh yeah, that's set up as the first jump slash. It's different. I think Runnerguy might actually need to get pretty lucky with keys to do the rest of the dungeon.
I don't think it'll be that bad for him. He's got 3 checks after he opens up that door.
Oh, right, yeah.
4 checks, actually. No, is it 3? It's 3, because there's another key door.
There's a key.
Yeah, so he's gonna have to go up to the very top and then do something that's gonna get him past the boss door. So either like actor glitch and then like a mega side up at the head.
You still need hookshot for that.
Do you? Oh yeah, you do.
Yeah.
There
is a really old strat to do the mega flip or mega side hop onto the top of the head and then damage into the face. That would work.
Yeah, I've seen a Bakuneku video on that.
Oh, this Twin Robo.
Is it going up child side?
Yeah.
Why?
There were a lot of questionable choices made by both runners. This is one of them. Oh, come on, Twin Robo.
I think this is like a seed where you just make questionable decisions, though. Like it's like.
Yeah, that's true.
I can sort of blame them, but not too much, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I would have 100% done this whole thing hookshot with only shoot. Like, that would have been a questionable decision.
Yeah. I wouldn't have been able to do all of the tricks, but I would have at least gone in the direction of doing so.
Yeah, I would have had to look up the spirit thing. And then YOLO some sort of DK skip. Actually, they have iron boots. They could have done the mega flip.
Oh yeah, iron boots. I forgot those were a thing.
Well, that's one of my favorite drawings, just because it's so silly.
I guess he's looking for a hookshot. I don't know.
That's the only thing I can think of. It's like, yeah, I mean, I guess maybe he doesn't know or is uncomfortable doing this spirit thing, so he thinks he needs a hookshot. Because yeah, I mean, Runner Guy, does bingo, has done a step in the past, but nothing on the level of like low percent where you would learn all of the great chew only, no hook shot strats.
Yeah, so he might be in a really bad position for him actually, because like hovering, like probably the simplest solution if you don't like know another strat is to just hover.
Yeah.
Into the face, but then that has its own problems with the slippery slopes. Like you have to do it properly.
I YOLO that hover every time, even though there's a stuff.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, it's weird though. Like the setup is weird, but I do side flip hovers and then side hop in. It's so terrible every time.
That's pretty much what I did in low percent.
I wish we could mega flip out of hovers like Majora's Mask. It'd make a lot of things a lot easier.
Yeah, I was thinking that. I was talking to somebody about like Majora's Mask, like bomb and shield differences and stuff. Mm-hmm. And like the shield is different too, so yeah. it just protects you way better. And you know how the blast radius of bombs is instant in Majora's Mask, so hovering is like super easy.
Yeah.
If you had that in OOT, but you didn't change the shield, I think hovering would just be impossible because every explosion would just hit you through your shield.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, because in OOT, the shield is the shield. Like, the hitbox is just the hitbox. But in Majora's Mask, it's like a sphere, like a half sphere around the front of Link. Or maybe like a half cylinder. Yeah, I never thought about that.
It kind of feels like a full cylinder.
It's just full protection. It's just Nehru's love. Exodus, don't get the thing.
Oh, please.
What is he doing?
He's farming.
But for
I'm actually not sure why.
If he farms rupees and then goes and gets blood and farms more rupees, I'm just gonna fall.
I'm enjoying this race a lot.
Like, you have a bottle. No, he doesn't. He never got the bottle. Never mind. You could get a bottle. That might actually be faster. Pick a dungeon, any dungeon. Oh, just fine, choose. Oh, for Volvagia, that makes sense. I guess he's just more comfortable. Are those? Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I would do bombs personally.
Yeah, I would assume he's just not comfortable doing the in what 40, 54 seconds.
That's not that bad. I don't know. I've done bomb straddle way more.
Yeah, it's possible in 5 parts. It's actually super free in 5 parts.
Yeah, I did that in MST. But yeah, probably like if you're a bingo player, instead of like if you run bingo more than MST, then you're probably RBing choose a lot of those games, and you're probably just doing choose strat.
Well, I would assume, yeah, maybe. Or getting the tunic, because getting the tunic in bingo is usually it doesn't waste a whole lot of time.
Oh yeah, because it's just there, and you know it's there, and you don't have to look for it. Imagine that.
Imagine knowing where items are. novelty. Alright, Runner Guy's going for the hover of death.
Okay, this will be fun.
Get the angle for the side flips, and then here we go.
So I think when I did this, I did them straight back, and I alternated the side flip directions.
Oh, that is disgusting. This room, I'm pretty sure this room on its floor is just awful for buffering. It's like torches and actors and the elevators, stuff everywhere.
God, I didn't think about that. It's a pretty big room.
Alright, he's about to get over the slippery slope, I think. Nope, we're still good.
He seemed to have an idea of like where he wanted to angle, so I wonder if he's done this before. Is he on the slope?
Yeah, we're soft block now.
Oh, yeah, this sucks.
But yeah, I think you're right. It was very deliberate. The first one.
Oh, and have fun getting back up.
You'd make a flip from child side.
True. Wait, you can?
Or hover slide.
Yeah, it's true. Where is his save? Well, his save's gonna be inside Spirit in the front, because that's where save warping takes you.
Nice troll.
Oh, did he get troll hold?
Yeah.
Exodus?
Not worth it though. Double troll, dude.
Okay, so he's doing bomb strat.
Volvagia is having no mercy.
He bought shoes and he's doing bomb strat.
I don't get it.
So I don't know.
Handled the fight really well though.
Yeah. I think getting troll hold is like not too bad when you actually have hearts and double defense. You don't have to worry about getting hit for 3 hearts and dying for that.
Yeah, I run all dungeon, but on 1/18 of a heart, so troll holes are really bad. It's not fun. What is it? I'm pretty sure that's a key, yeah. I think that had to be a key, actually.
I'd have had a lot of respect for him just not grabbing it.
And just come back. Like, light arrows are in deep fire, just come back, get the shame key.
Oh, actually, that's a good point. Yeah, that's a really good reason to grab it. I forgot about light arrows for like the 60th time.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's interesting. The elevator actually does damage. I didn't know that. This room in Spirit's cool because it's so tall. They planned on it and made the floor not give any. But I guess the elevator does still.
What do you mean by the floor?
So, like, if you fall from any height onto the bottom of this room, the floor is coded to not calculate fall damage.
I would think it was I would think it would be the elevator that shouldn't give you fall damage and not the floor.
Right, that's what I was saying, that the elevator giving you fall damage is interesting.
Yeah. I would absolutely make the floor hurt you. Like, don't miss the elevator, idiot.
Is he stuck? I think he got stuck.
Probably. I mean, like, I think he was doing, I think he was doing bow hover. Oh my god, he made it.
Yeah, it's just in standard hover, isn't it?
Yeah, he wasn't doing, like, he was doing stunted length hovers, so I thought for sure he was gonna get just stuck on the slope again.
Oh, that's why I choose was for that.
Oh, right, I forgot you could contortion hover here. I
don't trust contortion hovering ever. There's some like weird thing where you can get into a certain position, it just doesn't work.
I suspect that contortion hovering sucks more on VC.
Why?
Because from what I remember, it has to do with like how much processing power is being taken up by other stuff. I can't remember. Wait, no. No, that would make it better on VC. Yeah, never mind. I'm thinking of it backwards. Contortion hover is weird though, like, you can shield the explosion from a full backflip because the game... Oh, I don't remember. I don't remember anything about this game.
Well, so on GameCube, if you drop a cube out of bounds, it is double-sized explosion. Like it expands twice as fast. So it's effectively the Majora's Mask explosion, and you can just do regular hovers. But a contortion hover, you're bending Link's body in half, so that when he backflips, like if you ever see somebody pause buffer, so you can do, you can like detach the camera on GZ, get a practice round, get a view of Link, and if you do that in a contortion hover, you'll see you're aiming all the way up at a 90-degree angle, because he doesn't really have like a waist. It's just like the torso is attached to it, and so he's just bent at a 90-degree angle. Flip. He's like all folded up, completely upside down. But basically, you're just pulling his torso around so you can actually shield the explosion. Because you've already done a quarter of the flip, effectively.
Okay. The thing that I'm getting at is when it randomly doesn't work, and that's because that happens when too much stuff is going on in the game for it to do the collision check on the shield on the very few frames when it's touching.
I know what you're talking about. I was trying to earlier. I don't know that it's the collision check. That would be a plausible answer where I know that it happened. I've always assumed that it was a rounding error because all of the actor collision in the game truncates all of the coordinates before it does the calculation. So if like you're standing in a you lands in a different spot, because contortion hovers are like ridiculously precise. Like the fact that they work is basically control.
Okay, that was my explanation is the one that I heard for a few years ago.
Yeah, I'd never heard an explanation for why it doesn't work, but the fact, yeah, that makes sense. Because I've seen it not work in like Lake Hylia, and I know there's just a ton of stuff in it.
Yeah, the fire arrow, the contortion hover to the fire arrow platform is one of the most inconsistent ones that people were trying to use. The one to Ganon's castle is the freest.
Yeah, I never contortion. I never to the fire arrows. I always do. And people always ask me about it, and I'm like, it doesn't work sometimes. I don't know why.
It's basically like from my time in the game, it's basically never worked properly. At least like not reliably enough with the amount of hovers you have to do, because that is a long hover to get to the fire arrow platform.
Yeah, that's a super long hover.
But the ones to Ganon's castle are all, I think they're all 5 frame windows, which is the maximum that you can get from that type of hover.
Yeah, that sounds right. I've mapped contortion hovers at some point, and then I it's a whole thing. All right, time for double shadow. So they both have hover boost. Oh no, Exodus does not have hover boost. Runnerguy does. Exodus has a hook shot, and Runnerguy does. So I don't know. I don't think it'll come into play. I'm pretty sure both of them are going to just do the gate flip and go straight to the end.
What if Dead Hand has a big chest?
If Dead Hand has a big chest, that's going to get really. Because then Runnerguy could do the boat skip.
That would be really funny. I don't know if he knows it, but he probably does.
I'm pretty sure he does.
It's got a lot of bingo applications, I'm sure.
It says bomb shoes. He's about to find bomb shoes.
But yeah, so boat skip. There's a super easy ground clip method nowadays that requires a big chest to be here for the setup.
Yeah, the big chest pushes you up to give you enough downward momentum by the time you hit the slope to actually clip through it.
Oh, it's even required for like the mega flip itself.
Yeah, because you like do the little setup and then mega flip, and then he gets pushed up into the air. Like, what makes it work? I've asked before if there's setups for small chests, and there's not. There's actually a low height clip in the corner, but it's like ridiculously precise. It's only been done on emulator. So.
Okay, well, it's not a big chest, so he can't boat skip.
Yep.
Not that method, anyways. And the old method, which is hovering out of this room and like entrance point glitch shenanigans, is just gross.
I still know how to do it. And I was surprised I still knew how to do it. I didn't pick up and then I would not recommend. It's hard.
I was talking to Valiant Link.
Of course you were.
I was talking to Valiant Link a little bit ago, and he told me that he was sad when like the newer boat skip, the easier one, was found because of how much work he put into being good at the old one.
He did too. I mean, you watched his old run. It's amazing to see that trick done unbuffered by a human. It's one of those things that you see it and your eyes don't fully comprehend what you're actually looking at because it's so ridiculous. Alright, what do we got on the... Ooh, convenient key. Oh yeah, I guess he doesn't have to grab everything. He can come back later.
Yeah, but that's so good actually. That's a guaranteed not key lock.
Yeah. Safety key.
So wait, Runnerguy pulled ahead again?
He still has to do water.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah. It's been a bit hard to keep track.
Yeah, Exodus went back to do...
Nice. I don't know why that made me laugh so much.
What is this, 2007? What are we doing? But yeah...
Is there a like a side hop setup for this now?
Yeah, you can just side hop out of here.
Okay, this is what I would be doing though. Like, so he's getting ISG so that he doesn't fall, and when the true spinner opens up, if he gets it wrong.
I think he tried to put bumper boots.
With the D-pad.
Walked into the void. Oh my god, that's funny. But yeah, ledges kind of... They were pretty lenient on how ledges kind of calculate Link's position. And so ledges kind of suck you on top of them, which is what happens if you try to side hop away from that. You get kind of just sucked on top of the ledge. Small chest, I think. Oh, key. Oh, two keys. Another guy going for the bomb PK skip. Shoutouts to buffering in this room. It is awful.
Why is it awful though? I can't think of a good reason for it to be bad.
I have no clue. It's just really bad for some reason. It's worse when the textures are unloaded too.
I can kind of see that because like a different room's textures are loaded.
Yeah, that's the only thing I can think of for that one is that so it's like trying to calculate where the chest is or something. But yeah, this room is just weird. I think it's the lighting, because I think you can, if the time of day is right, you can actually see the sun through the void.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
So I almost
I didn't
wonder
know
if it's that.
Alright, so he's taking the bongo quick kill.
I love the bongo quick kill.
I think you just like drop a bomb into the hole and it hits him, and that lets you skip the cutscene and just hit him.
Yeah. You can soft lock the game doing that. Start the cutscene before he gets hit. Shout out to Glitchymon. In an accessible race, no less.
Nice.
Yeah.
So that room lagging, it was really fun to learn the post-boat skip movement in that with the collision viewer turned on because of how much more it lagged.
Oh yeah.
Because I think you could see like the entire temple.
Yeah. I love the collision viewer. It's so. All right, Exodus. What are you gonna do? Make a flip? Probably just make a flip. Yeah, we'll make a flip. Alright. I wanted to see the double damage boost, but very few people know how to do it. All the old glitchless runners.
This strikes me as a tournament that glitchless runners wouldn't be that interested in.
Hey.
God, how much work did you put in glitchless?
Not that much, to be fair.
Okay. I can see why you appreciate the damage boost, though.
Yeah. See a different bomb setup from Exodus. I really dislike that one because you need the second red. Hard to tell the two apart. Alright, got it. So Runner Guy is probably gonna go to water begrudgingly, or go look for his hook shot. Considering he has Serenade, I presume he's gonna go just look for his hook shot.
My hope is that he learned something from the last time that he had to do this, but maybe not. Like, I don't know. I'm not saying it's, like, super easy or anything
Yeah.
to fight Morpho without a hook shot, but charge spin attacks, like, it's, what, 5 hits?
Oh, he's getting the big Goron sword for it.
Oh!
That's amazing.
Okay.
Now he only has to hit it 3 times. Which
Giant's Knife.
Yeah, because the Giant's Knife is going to break on 3 hits.
I don't think it's gonna break if he does spin attacks.
Really?
I'm pretty sure, like, I actually am not 100% sure about charged spin attacks, but I know if you do quick spins, it won't break.
Oh, interesting.
That too.
I wonder why that is, because I know quick spins store a slot. So it's not some weird PCS thing. Huh. I don't know, this game is weird. Alright, let's go to the castle and finally find out where our light arrow is. Where are we thinking? Where's the worst place? Baronate's Heart? Probably Baronate's Heart.
Yeah, I think so.
I think they're in either GTG or Bottom of the Well. We've had access to those locations for a while now.
I'm gonna say probably Bottom of the Well. I think GTG just has a history of having absolutely nothing in it in these glitched seeds.
Oh, apparently Bottom of the Well is foolish.
Oh, okay.
Shadow. Yeah, I did not see that hint. That one goes by really quick. So it's not Bottom of the Well.
That hint is usually at a time when you're like not really in hint mode, so
Right.
definitely wasn't paying attention to that.
It could very well be in ice as well. I think we saw Fountain foolish, so it's not there, but we could see in an ice. I'm pretty sure Epona's song is actually in Ice Cavern. I think it has to be at this point. Given that it can't be on Nocturne because of Shadow Temple, and we already saw that Saria's was Spirit.
I think horseback archery would be fun.
Oh, that'd be interesting, yeah.
Or, how about water temple?
Oh god. Just on the river chest, just make it live.
I actually forgot about that. Yeah, that would be...
That'd be really bad for Exodus too, because he doesn't have his hover boots yet, so you'd have to actually do the pose to skip the block.
Is it the only way to skip the block with hover boots?
Yeah, I think you have. Well, you could go backwards. Like, I was thinking going forward through the dungeon.
Oh, going backwards, like hovering through the dragon head.
My favorite hover.
Yeah. Does that room have another name? I forget.
It's. I think we always call it the dragon.
I think that's a bad name because, like, I feel like it more fits that room on the way to Longshot.
Nothing hard requires some of the time. The
Toilet? Does the toilet?
Underwater Rippies kind of do. You can do it with a weird and iron boots. It's just gross.
Oh, okay. That actually doesn't sound that bad. Yeah, I don't know.
The frogs is the only thing, I think. Well, that was a convenient boss key.
And we know that's dead.
Right. Yeah, nothing behind Song of Time blocks.
Runnerguy stocked up on fairies for more.
Unless you have a hook shot on the spirit skull in the block, and the other hook shot was hard hook shot lock. Which I'm trying to think now of a hard hook shot lock. So I'm gonna go with, I think it's possible.
We could have hard hookshot locks if we were playing Master Quest, I think.
Shoutouts to Master Quest being awful.
And it'd be way easier to be Song of Time locked too.
DC Skull? Yes. Deku Skull? Yes. That's a big chest. Most convenient light arrow location?
So I think he's actually doing this in the good way now.
Yeah, there's a faster way to bait the nice gold gauntlets.
Oh my god.
You had to go up and then
You
back.
had to go, oh my god. That's really funny. Yeah, you had to, logically, you had to climb up the tower first to get the gold gauntlets from that chest, before going to get the boss key from Light Trial.
That's so funny. Yeah, there's ways to like do the movement for more bait the tentacle more quickly, like rather than jumping in. But this is working. And the sword hasn't broke yet, so I guess this spin thing is real.
So, where are light arrows? I'm hoping they're in a place where hover boots are advantaged for the sake of the race.
Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, I can't think of anything that would like. So, it would just be very difficult to do some things versus very easy for you to have the boots.
This has been so interesting.
Okay, where are we going? Where are we at? Ha ha ha, my organ. You'll never find the light arrows in...
Come on, Shadow
Castle.
Trial. Shadow Trial, come on, Shadow Trial, please.
They weren't in Light Trial, at least in the visible chest, because I don't think any of those are big. Also, he didn't save for some reason, to just skip the cutscene.
Probably just forgot.
Yeah. Oh man, I wonder There's no way Runner checks chest, right? Like just on the off chance, like he has to know he's behind me with no hook shot.
I can't speak to that after what I've seen this race.
That's a fair point. There's a lot of song dodging.
It would have been really funny actually if, like, did Exos shoot the sun?
No.
Okay, it would have been like really funny if those are light arrows.
Yeah.
For multiple reasons. Nice.
Found a dagger.
That's a knife find.
Oh.
Oh, this is the boring shadow trial test.
Oh, it's the boring chest.
It's not what I meant when I said shadow trial.
Yeah, I know. They're right there, Snover Bears. Shadow trial, the first chest. The boring chest. Well, that's probably GG, but, you know, Exodus could die to Ganon 3 times.
He's got double defense. I think he's only gonna die once.
Oh yeah, it's random. It spawns you right in the fight anyway. Forgot about that. You don't have to do the tower climb again. Runnerguy equipped fire arrows. That's interesting.
Oh, he's probably thinking of like Force Trial and Shadow Trial coming up. Actually, I completely forgot they had fire arrows, so Shadow Trial, the back chest would not have been that interesting.
Yeah.
Never mind.
I forgot about that too. He just wanted to see the crazy MST tests.
I was hoping for side flip hovers.
Yeah, Runnerguy's not going to check anything.
There's too much of the game left to like bank on it being in here.
Yeah. There's so much they didn't touch. Oh, this doesn't have a model. No easy fighting.
It's all coming for full circle from like 2 hours ago. Him skipping the bottle. So this is it. This is match point.
Match tournament, just all the points.
Uh-huh. Good old hammer strats with the Storage Master Sword. Crush stab. He turns around so much faster in phase 2. Like, the spin's still pretty easy.
Yeah, I always have weird issues with this fight. It's one of those weird things that comes and goes, because you never do it every single run anyway.
Probably practice it if you, like, die in any percent or something like that.
Yeah, any percent. Alright, 235.47. Official SRL. GG. What is this? What is in this big chest? The lens. That's like an insult to injury.
Wow. So you didn't know it wasn't in light trial?
Yeah, there was no, like, you couldn't tell.
Well, like, you weren't thinking of the invisible one, I guess. Or did Exodus pick it up? Anyways, we got our grand champion of the tournament. Let's see if we can get him in here. Runnerguy's really close to the end. I think he's just gonna finish.
Yeah, he's not one to forfeit an SRL race. Gotta keep that streak alive. Yeah, our undefeated, undisputed world champion of all the things.
Hey, Exodus. Congrats on winning the tournament undefeated.
Thanks.
GG.
Thanks.
Man, that was crazy.
That seed was pretty ridiculous. The hover boots on 50 skulls and then that hook shot.
It was on Big Pose, not 50 Skulls.
Oh yeah.
But it's still pretty.
Yeah, it was on something awful. So I just said no. I'm not gonna do 50 skulls. I'm not gonna do Big Pose. I'm not gonna do 40 skulls. Like those are all the same thing to me. Don't do that unless it's like Mirror Shield or Boomerang or Hammer.
Right.
Yeah, so we were kind of wondering how you both were going to handle it, and turns out that you both handled it in very different ways.
Was he going for the Big Pose?
Yeah, he equip swap duped them.
Yeah, that's smart.
Which was it was an investment still, but
yeah, I just did not want to do that. These dungeons weren't that bad to do without hover boots. As long as you had shoes for like the contortion hover and water temple, it wasn't too bad.
Right.
But did he get the hookshot in Jabu, and when did he get that? I'm curious.
So he never went to Jabu.
Okay. Did he find the second hookshot somewhere?
No. He
Okay.
still does not have a hookshot.
Okay.
so
Yeah.
Spirit was fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we're really curious, actually, what made you decide to go into Jabu and end up getting the hookshot there.
Yeah, so that was the two checks in Jabu, the Boomerang chest and that Skulltula were literally the only two things left in the game. One of those two had to be hookshot.
Oh, like logically you had done everything else.
Yeah, I had logically done everything else in the game. Literally everything. So I knew it had to be one of those two. Because Bolero was not logically possible. There was no other hookshot, obviously, and I knew hover boots were locked on something else. So the only way to get to like the weird egg in Fire Temple was to have hookshot, and that opened up like everything else. So I knew the hookshot had to be in Jabu. So that's why I was checking all these really slow, annoying checks like Cuckoos and Adult Hylia and Dampe Digging, because I knew hookshot had. I was down to like 10 things that it had to be. There was a few in Goron City. and summon Child Cac, and then Adult Hyliant and Job. I knew one of those had to have Hookshot, so I just did them one by one, and the last one I chose had Hookshot, but at least I got Hookshot. So I'll take it.
Okay, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense now. I think I didn't notice that Bolero had locked the weird egg.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are also kind of thinking in terms of, I think, Where's Epona song, because that's locking Hover Boots, and then I think we just made some kind of assumption that Hover Boots were supposed to be available.
Yeah, there were only 2 songs that were available up until Hookshot, which were... Or no, there was one song available, which was the Windmill. You couldn't get any other song logically until you got Hookshot and Javu.
Right.
That's ridiculous.
We're like losing our minds, like yelling at you to go get songs,
Yeah.
and like, no, that makes so much more sense now, though.
Yeah. I just really wanted the Hookshot. I could have done the seed without Hookshot, but I just didn't really... Spirit Temple without Hookshot is just obnoxious. Like, you can do side flips to get up in the head, but it's just annoying. I didn't want to bother with that, especially when I can't RBA choose. I have to, like, buy them, so it would just be annoying. I didn't want to deal with that. So, yeah, that's why I just committed to Hookshot, and I had already spent so much time trying to find Hookshot that I just said, okay, let's just do every single check until I find it.
That's actually really smart, the way you thought through that. Like, that was that's a really good decision. Like, you know, it has to be within a certain...
Yeah.
Like
sort of within a certain
essentially,
sphere,
yeah.
or subset of what you have left. So, yeah. That probably answered most questions that I had.
Yeah, everything else kind of just fell in place once that happened.
Yeah, I wasted time in Child Spirit just because I didn't want to get keylocked as adult. Yeah, I wasted a bunch of time because I only had one chew to do the thing, and I hadn't done that forever, so I forgot the timing for the chew. But yeah, I mean, I'm pretty happy with how I played overall. But man, this seed was pretty trolly. This is the trolliest seed that I've had for one of the No I Am Wrong Orb races. That first Hookshot location is just ridiculous. You're supposed to go in Jabu without Boomerang and get one of those 2 checks. That's crazy.
Yeah, it was funny too because we were saying that because you went to the castle after Deku Tree. Runnerguy opted to go to the Open Grotto Valley Lake route, so he found the hammer and bow way early.
I figured he would do that because I saw he did it in the last race. So I was just annoyed because I knew he got, as soon as I saw the hammer and bow there, when I finally went back, I knew he did that immediately because he did that in the last race, so I just figured that's his route that he does. So I knew I was way behind at that point, but luckily the Hookshot was just in a ridiculous location, so I was able to catch up. I assume he was ahead of me for a while, obviously, we have those. But and another thing I did in this race, which I'm not sure if it was optimal, but I walked back from Shadow Temple to Temple of Time just in case the light arrows were in Shadow. I didn't want to get key locked out of light arrows or whatever. So I saved before I used the key in Shadow, and then I went over to Ganon's to see where the light arrows were. I was just scared of getting key locked. I'm not even sure if it was mathematically possible at that point to get key locked, but I didn't want to take the risk. That would have sucked.
I didn't see if you...
Yeah, that was...
I didn't notice that. I did... I think was Runnerguy the one that shot the Skulltula, where the boat was?
Yeah, there was a key above the Skulltula.
Oh, okay.
Or in the Skulltula above the boat.
Yeah.
Alright, so Runnerguy finished second place, 240-249. He'll be joining us in a couple of minutes. Yeah, we were a bit worried about Shadow, like, because most of the seed was like a really weird tentative kind of go mode, but it was also like didn't know where light arrows were, so
yeah,
we were curious how you guys were going to handle Shadow. But it just like handed you 3 keys, like it was actually really safe.
Yeah. It took me so long to get going on my Dungeons of the Sea. Like, I failed fire, which was pretty bad, but somehow my last shoe didn't hit Balaja, so I ran out of time. But, like, I don't remember when I found Hookshot, but it was, like, probably like 140 or something. So I just had, at least I was able to go mode every dungeon from that point, so I just was able to go mode Water and Spirit and Shadow, and then finish Fire.
Yeah, I think Spirit was the big difference maker because you could just go straight to the end of it.
Yeah.
GG Runner Guy.
Yo, what's up, GG Exodus?
GG.
That was such a crazy watch, that seed.
I had a lot of fun actually with this one.
Get to break out all the hookshotless strats.
Yeah, it was good though.
So, are you curious as to where it was?
Someone said Jabu, which is like,
Yeah.
I was never going there. So
Yeah, the first Skulltula and Jabu, the one in the basement.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Where was the other one?
I have no clue.
Okay.
Yeah, when I found Hookshot and Jabu, that was literally the last place it could have logically been, because I did
Oh.
everything else that didn't require Hookshot or whatever. I knew it had to be either Boomerang Chest or that Skulltula in the basement.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts to watch because we saw the simultaneous Deku Tree of Runner Guy goes to the valley, finds the hammer and the bow, and then Exodus spends time kind of checking out adult and stuff, and then eventually finds Choose in the domain. So it was like a weird item trade-off for a while.
Yeah,
That was a very weird way of the hero.
yeah. The choose. I knew Zora's Domain was Way of the Hero super early, and I just kind of kept fumbling around as adult. But I was still making decent progress, and then I got the egg as adult. So I ended up doing all of the song checks with the egg instead. But if I'd have got those choose earlier, it would have made a pretty big difference for my overall routing, I think.
Yeah, it would have made DC possible, and then some of the other stuff.
How did you guys feel when you got when you both got the Mirror Shield? Mirror Shield is kind of like, or when you had both Mirror Shield and Hammer, I would say, because those are like the big things.
Yeah. I mean, I was obviously happy to see Mirror Shield where it was, but at that point I was still just hoping to get bombs or choose or hookshot or something that would more immediately help me.
Yeah. I got Mirror Shield when I just had bracelets, so I didn't even have Hammer at that point because I didn't do Valley until Child 2. So yeah, I was just trying to find explosives because all I had, Adult had nothing in CAC and nothing in Graveyard except for Bracelet, so it was just, I found almost nothing the first 45 minutes other than the Bracelet and then I guess the Mirror Shield. And then I finally went back Child and I got the bow and the hammer, and then I was able to get the choose, and that finally opened up stuff. But yeah, the beginning of the seed was pretty rough because I didn't do Valley first.
Yeah, the Valley was the only reason that I was able to keep making progress. I couldn't believe how many little chests, how many big chests did you get in the first hour? There was none.
2.
Yeah. Sometimes there's 2 in Mido's house, and it was
Yeah.
we went the whole hour. It's there are no big chests.
Yeah.
So how about the Child 2 Hammer Exodus? Did you feel worried at all when you saw that? Or
I figured I was behind because I saw that Runner Guy did Gruta Valley at the beginning of his last race, so I figured he would probably do that again. So yeah, when I finally went back for Hammer, I felt like I was behind. And it also had Bow, which is pretty funny. That was a stacked Gruta Valley.
Yeah,
that was
I was
nuts.
super happy with my move to go there.
We were thinking that the Mirror Shield being so accessible was going to be bad for you. with, bad for Exodus with missing the hammer, but he went back for it pretty quickly, which, like, there wasn't a lot else to do. There's, like, you go adult, and then there's, like, nothing to do, and then you just go back.
Yeah, I exhausted, like, everything I could do as adult with just Bracelet, which wasn't that much, so I just had to go back child and do the few things remaining, which were Valley, like Hylia, and Falsewoods.
So, RG, how badly did you not all of the posts?
Oh my god. I started thinking about that and I was like, wait, do I even need the hover boots? And I guess I really didn't, but I forgot that this was a 10-po setting. I was just like, well, I guess we're equip swapping all of them.
Yeah, it was interesting to see, like, walking back to the castle, walking in front of the guy, and then the save, just the safety save of this 10 or 1.
I wasn't sure, and so I saved. Then it was like, oh god.
Decision time.
Yeah, I mean, that's why the hint is there, and the hint isn't guaranteed and accessible anymore.
Yeah, but I don't know. When I was halfway through and I was like really struggling with it, I started to think like, I guess I didn't need those, so.
You didn't, but I mean, you didn't get hook shot either, so it would have been pretty terrible.
True.
So like a lot of this race was super interesting because it was just like hover boots versus hook shot. Which one's going to win out where? I think the hook shot ended up being a lot better in the end. But like Exodus was quite a bit behind because of the extra time that he took checking so many things. Like I was like losing my mind when he was checking chickens because I didn't understand why. But he caught back up really, really fast with the hook shot.
Yeah, it actually cost me a surprising amount of time in Spirit. I didn't think it would cost as much, but there was a decent amount of, like, you have to climb all of the walls and do a bunch of extra stuff.
Yeah, that was the real big one, because Exodus was able to just do the statue climb and just go mode it, versus having to faff about with all the extra stuff.
That was a really good race, though. I'm happy to have commentated that, and I think it was also a pretty good end to the tournament.
Yeah, I think it was a cool final seed.
It like showed off a lot of interesting situations you can end up in this mode.
I'm happy we finally got to see Pose, because I'm pretty sure that hasn't come up in any other race. Yeah, I think that's all I got. Got anything else, SJ?
We have another race.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah.
But yeah.
So it's not over yet, huh?
The true final match of all of the losers.
Yeah, pretty much. No, that's gonna be fun. But yeah, no, this was I think this was a really fun tournament when we got to the bracket stage.
Yeah, it kind of stalled for a while. People weren't doing their matches, and there wasn't any like hard time limits. But once it got to the bracket, it was not too bad. And I liked, this puts you in a lot of different situations, which is pretty cool. I think, I would be down to see another tournament like this. You could tweak some settings here and there, but.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, we definitely need to tweak some settings.
Yeah, I like the overall concept.
Yeah, this was like this tournament. I think like for me was it was the one like tournament on here that if a match was going on, I'd drop everything and watch it, but maybe not for other ones. But yeah, unless I think Exodus has anything else to say, I think we're gonna wrap up.
No, I don't. Thanks for commentating the races.
All right, GG's. Thanks everyone for watching, and what else is going on here? Follow the runners. I keep forgetting to do that whole thing. and follow Speed Gaming and Speed Gaming 236 to see more stuff. So this tournament's ending after we get this last bronze match out of the way. Just real quick, gonna check the schedule to see what else is going on.
Quick thank you to Bleeding Blue for tracking both of the runners.
Oh yeah, of course. Thank you. Yeah, so Metroid Marathon is going on main Speed Gaming right now. And yeah, Metroid Prime Any Percent and Metroid Prime Randomizer are being showcased right now. That marathon's going all weekend. It'll be a super cool watch, so check that out. Other than that, that's mostly it. Yeah, have a good one, everyone.